My name is Leo Connors, and welcome to the Ring and All Other Sports. Tonight, I got a very special guest, professional wrestler, Rob Vitulli.
What's going on, Leo? Happy to be here.
Man, how you doing?
We're doing good, brother. Doing good.
Dude, we met over 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Or about 20 years ago.
No, it's been over. We're over 20.
I know we were talking about this off air, and they're like, save it for the show. Yeah. Where was it again?
It was in Lowell. It was my very first wrestling show. It was for a company called American Wrestling Entertainment. It was put on by Daniel Lucier. He had this whole thing where he was starting like his own. He had like his own little school. Like we'd go and train on Sunday nights at the old Kowalski building. At Burns' old studio, at the old building when we had to go up the stairs.
Yeah.
And like that ring, that one ring had so much history to it to be able to do like those were my first bumps in there, and it was that very first show that I worked for them that you were at. You had your concessions, you had your catering, your merch table set up. You were good to go, man.
That was a good time, man. That I really remember, like I said to you off here, Mark Mest. Yeah. I couldn't believe I was talking to a guy that's like, in my opinion, an indie legend.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean? But in the Pennsylvania, New York, New Jersey area, more than Lowell, Massachusetts. Oh, exactly. Because I was shocked to see him there.
Great guy, though. Great.
Oh, yeah.
One of the nicest, most soft-spoken guys I've ever met in the business.
Every time I went over to talk to him, he talked to me like he paid attention. Oh. He was a good guy.
Oh, and he took all those greens under his wing. Like he taught us stuff like while we were just going there and like working out in the ring before the show.
Yeah,
he'd give us like updates, critiques, all this other stuff. Because I'll admit, like at the time, like our training was kind of a little lackluster from who we had there that we were following. But we were able. Some of us were able to bounce out of there. And
who was the head trainer?
At the time, it was a kamikaze by the name of Mike Doobie.
Okay,
great. I like the guy.
Yep.
But he was as basic could be in the ring. So like he taught us bumps, taught us that, a little bit of psychology, but like that's pretty much where it stopped right there.
Right. Well, that's too bad. But it was great to meet you 20 years ago, and look at him. He's on that show today.
Absolutely. It's glad to be here.
I'm so happy to have you here. I really am. Let's get into some fan questions.
Absolutely.
Now, Teresa Kerr, also known as Delilah Hayden. So happy to see you on the show. Thank you for training me. I heart because I think the audience will get a kick out of it. Okay, all right. The lollipop story.
The lollipop story.
So why don't we just go with the lollipop story right now?
So we had this gimmick when I did the whole PT Jester gimmick.
Yeah.
I brought it up to WAW when they were still running up on Murphy's Gym up in Manchester. And we came up with this angle because she always did like the playful cat girl thing. And she had this giant lollipop.
Yeah.
Like it was like one of like those, I think it was probably this big around.
Yeah. Just like the swirl.
Yep.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm going to break this over your head. I'm like, yeah, that's fine. Not a problem. Just swing it flat.
Right.
When it came time to do the spot, it came in. And I don't know if she turned her wrist, but it came in like an axe.
Yeah.
And literally, it didn't break. It should have shattered.
Yeah.
But it literally just hit, and like I just dropped.
Right.
And like it's like depending on like where it is, like I could feel the dent still.
Wow.
Still to this day, and it's been over 15 years for that. But yeah, like she walled me good. She's probably one of the tightest people I've ever been in the ring with.
Yeah.
And rightfully so, and I partially blame myself for that.
Sweetheart, though.
Oh, absolutely.
Great person.
Without a doubt.
Great person. All right, JP Griffin. Did you have to pour the whole bottle of Jaeger into the funnel? Oh. Just kidding. Rob's one of the people I met through wrestling who has become a great friend. Really, ask about the Jaeger.
Yeah, we had to go through the whole bottle. Like, and JP was the one to do it with me. So there was that. That was an old time after one show that we were hanging out and got a little too excessive. And JP's a great guy. I don't know. I'm sure you know JP. He does the Irish Whip.
Great guy. I love JP.
He's one of the few people in the world that makes me feel small.
Right. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's a big dude. But another sweetheart, great guy.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, phenomenal guy.
Absolutely.
Bo Douglas.
Oh, man.
Fun fact. Rob, also known as Plague, returned to wrestling training at the end of 2019.
I did. I was about to to come back and make another go, make another good run into local indies and get out there again. And I started going back to bell time. I was training there. I was there 2-3 times a week.
Yep.
Me and Matt Ledge, we went, and then COVID shut it down.
Yeah.
And it just kind of took all the wind out of the sails by the time everything reopened.
Right.
And
that's too bad,
that
man.
was kind of the finale for me on that one. But
Right.
but I was able to get back in for a couple matches last year at the end of it, and to get back in and just go out happy.
That's cool.
So
you kind of got to go out on your own.
Yeah.
You know, that's good. Sometimes closure's the best. You know what I mean? In a situation like that, to get some closure instead of just dropping it with no closure.
Yep.
You know? Tim Combs, what's the most difficult thing about selling?
it's weird. Like it just kind of, it just always felt natural. Like to in the moment, like this is what's happening. This is what I got to do. It just always felt like just sell.
Yeah.
And it was always just sell your ass off. Like you want the guy in the cheap seats to be able to see what the guy in the front row seeing. So it was always just sell it. Just go out.
He has a second part. And is it tough to remember to keep selling throughout the match?
Oh,
that's a good question, because I mean, obviously, as a pro wrestler, you're supposed to be 100% focused in the match and on your opponent.
Oh yeah,
you know?
absolutely. But I mean, it's hard to remember, and it's like you'll see it like even watching the guys on TV. They'll sell the leg, then they'll do high spot after high spot, then they're back selling the leg. So it's one of those. It'll slip your mind while it's happening.
Right. That was a great question, Tim. Thank you. Bare Knuckle Burley, tell us a little about the RSE days.
So
I'm
RSE,
dying to hear about this, if it's coming from Burley.
So RSE was Ringside Entertainment. It was the old Everett Wrestling Federation.
Okay.
It was owned and run by Ken Kelly.
Yep. Was that the Cup?
Yeah, that was the Everett Cup.
Yep.
That was the Everett Cup.
Okay.
There's some funny stories there. Having worked for Kenny for the times I did, got me out of a lot of trouble in Everett over the years. So
nice.
Thank you, Kenny. I appreciate that.
He was a good guy.
Oh, absolutely.
He let my Michael go meet New Jack in the back. Seriously. I mean, I don't think his mother would have been happy if she would have known who New Jack was. But we went back and said, oh, Giants, I met New Jack. He's the nicest wrestler. He's the nicest guy.
But he was. That was
he
the
was,
thing.
Oh, absolutely.
No, not in the ring, but like when you met him and you shook his hand, like very, very humble, very soft-spoken guy.
Do you remember? You must have been there the night that he wrestled Cronus. And there was just blood everywhere.
No.
Cronus bladed, and it was like a ridiculous.
No.
It was ridiculous. I mean, he cut himself so bad.
The only time I ever actually met New Jack was for PWF Northeast when they ran the show out in, was it Webster?
Yeah.
Is that town?
It's a town hall.
Long Lake name or whatever.
Oh, okay.
So this is a funny story. Me and New Jack, before the show, we're sitting there and we're looking up at the wall, just staring at this name, and we're going back and forth trying to pronounce it.
Yeah.
Couldn't figure it out. We gave up and then just went outside and did what we do.
Yeah.
But
no doubt. Good guy, though.
Absolutely.
I've never had the privilege of meeting New Jack, and it bums me out because I think we would have got along really well.
Oh, without a doubt. Like,
you know?
Like, so that's like, I like, that's my memory with New Jack.
Right.
It's like, that was a good time. It was fun. I enjoyed it, and it sticks by.
Yeah, I hear you.
So
the good old days.
Absolutely.
It's absolutely is right. That's one of the reasons why I do this show. Honestly, I like to get the new kids on the show too, but old veterans I love to have on because there's so much to talk about.
Oh, exactly.
You know? All right, Delilah Hayden's back. I think she kind of got confused and thought I was asking for new questions.
Did she ask about the lollipop story again?
No, she said, thank you for all you have given me and trained me.
Yeah.
Thank you, Delilah. She's awesome.
Yeah, that came from when I took a little bit of a break I was doing Ringside Entertainment. I was doing a little bit of traveling. And I ended up at Manchester at one point for WAW.
Yep.
We went up to check out the show. Oh, I remember. They booked Len.
Oh, okay. Oh, Len Oddity?
They booked Len Oddity for a battle for their Lord of the Ring thing. And I went up to watch them because, we us sideshow guys, we got to sit together. So it was me and Punch. We drove up. his car got towed from there. It was
Yeah.
a long story there, but so that's how it started with up at WAW. It's like I went up and I was talking to the booker at the time. I was like, hey, it was Jersey Devil.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, you guys got some good stuff happening up here, but you guys need training. You guys need more direction.
Right.
So at that point in time, it was like I probably shouldn't have been training anybody. I was still 5, 6 years in the business.
You were trying though.
But I
You
was
know what I
trying,
mean?
And
You're trying.
I did what I could,
Yeah.
and I brought my knowledge to them.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, at that time, the business wasn't too keen on them at the time.
Yeah, no, I understand.
So I
that.
kind
no,
of,
you're 100%. You're right. You're
I
right.
shot myself in the foot.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I lost all my bookings. And
Yeah, that must have been tough.
it was.
Because, like you said, that they had a reputation,
Yep.
and it wasn't a good one.
Nope.
I've literally never bashed them on here. You know what I mean? Because why?
No, exactly.
There's no reason to, you know? And they love wrestling. So what am I going to, be like that for?
Exactly.
They existed. They did their thing. They still do their thing. That's their thing. Have at it, man. That's cool.
Now look at how many of them
have crossed over.
have crossed over
Oh,
and
that's fantastic.
are now some top-notch talent in New
Absolutely.
England.
Absolutely.
You got Delilah Haley. You
Yes.
got Conway.
Yep.
You got Giles.
Yep.
You know, the list goes on and on. For like freaking Flax, he's one of their early guys.
Yeah. Flax is
That
awesome.
He was one of the guys that was like, dude, break out of here, get
Yep.
to a school, break out of here,
Yep.
leave Manchester. But it was their comfort zone.
Right.
And finally getting like when I stepped away and stopped going, and then like they still kept it going.
Yep.
But like now over the last 5, 6 years,
Not as much anymore.
What's that?
Is the WAW still going?
I don't think they've run a show in a long time.
Wow.
So I know that they.
It's too
they had
bad.
the
I mean, they
Stacey-
loved wrestling.
They still do. I mean, a lot of
Yeah.
them still do. I mean,
Right.
they just did the show in Newton that Delilah runs this past
I
weekend.
think last year she had Sabu, right?
A couple years ago.
Oh, yeah. 2 years ago. I think it was.
I wish
she
I
had
was on
Sabu.
that show, but I
Yeah,
wasn't. So.
Right.
But
Hey, it's going to be just like the last show. Bookers.
I'm done.
Oh, you're done?
I'm done. I'm done.
Sorry, Bookers. You're all right. He's done.
I appreciate it.
No
though.
problem.
Trust me. Like,
I'm always looking out for the wrestlers.
I mean, I'll always go. I'll always help out when I can.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I like to help out with what I'm able to while I'm there. So.
Yeah. That's awesome. All right. Bo Douglas is back.
Love Bo.
Another plague started around then too, but I can't remember the name of it. Yeah,
Yeah, it's him talking about COVID.
Yeah. Thanks, Bo. That's a guy.
Bo is there's another
is-
one I've known almost my entire career in the business. So
Dude, I met all of you guys. All of a sudden, I just started going to all these shows. Because here and there I would go to a Chaotic. I'd wait till the WWE came, you know what I mean? At the little auditorium and all that. And then I just decided to dive into the indies and fell in love with them, man.
Well,
and that's when I started meeting everybody. Because once I hit 2002 and I did the catering, I got the merchandise to start selling.
I remember,
know?
man. You had the most magazines I ever saw in my
Oh,
life.
yeah, dude. I still have them.
Oh, I bet,
Oh, yeah.
I bet.
Dude, I have like 1,200 wrestling magazines.
No, it's funny is I started wrestling like I used to live in Salem, New Hampshire, and ECW one night. Me and my old buddy Keith,
Yep.
he just passed away last year. Rest his soul. They were at the Ice Center, just on a whim. We were like, yeah, let's go. We'll check it out.
Right.
And dude, when I tell you, it was one of their TV tapings. It was the greatest thing I ever saw in my life at the time.
Yeah, was it ECW?
It was ECW.
Nice.
Yep. And
That's a great place to see wrestling. I
it
saw
was-
an indie show there.
I
I
wish they would run wrestling there again. That place was perfect.
It was perfect for wrestling.
And I looked at him and I go, dude, I'm going to do this one day.
Yeah.
And that's
amazing, huh?
and
Looking
then
back.
literally like within the next year and a half,
Yeah.
or 2 years or so, like I got the opportunity and I jumped on it, and 20 some odd years later, I never looked back.
You know, I never ever wanted to be a wrestler. I love wrestling. I never wanted to be one. Ever wanted to be one. I thought of being like a manager. You know what I mean? Like daydreaming. You know, when I was in high school.
Great. You were
I know I probably should have did it, but I'm now 60. I'm too old.
No, you're not too old. Don't give me that. Look, you still got Bull Montana out there, man.
Oh, I love Bull, man.
Same
Bull's
here.
the
Same
man.
here.
I love Bull.
Absolutely.
Every time I see him, I get the big hug. You know?
Oh yeah,
Got a good heart, that bull.
absolutely.
All right, listen, I just threw up a few, questions. What's your match that you've had what match have you had that surprised you how good it went? Like you might have been thinking it's gonna be the shits.
So this is a match that I knew at the time, like when we were going over. It was with my buddy Vinny. He trained with us at Superstar Pro Wrestling with Burns and Tony Roy, Bob Rush, all them, and Burns used to work with the Gloucester Police Department.
Okay.
They would do the police shows where they would sell all the tickets, and all we would do is show up.
Sold show. Like that's what they call sold show.
Absolutely. And there was like 5,000 people in this gym.
Wow.
And he brought down Tony Atlas from up in Maine.
Right.
He brought in Tito. Tito Santana came up, and then like he had like Slick, a bunch of big local names as well as at the time.
Was Sam on the card?
What's that?
Was Sam on the card? Makua?
Makua, he was.
He was on all those cards.
He was on all the cards.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Like if there was anybody that could get himself booked, it was always Sammy.
I think I think at the time he was living in Everett, and he worked at
we were all part of the school.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay.
So me and Vinny, we got we had the first match.
Yeah.
We planned it, like this match was beautiful. And it was literally my first show that I got paid to like wrestle on.
Right.
Because we didn't get paid working for that AWE. Yeah, I'm going to screw it up like 10 times.
Yeah.
I told myself I'm going to mess this up the whole time because I'm going to be on TV for this. So we never got paid for that. Like I think, like even on their last show thing,
you didn't get nothing. Not even a hot dog and a handshake.
We got the handshake, and I think you gave us a hot dog.
I probably did give you a hot dog, but I'm good like that.
Yeah, that's a show we can discuss after, and we jerked. We opened the show, and tore the place apart.
Nice.
And like, so this show we were at in Gloucester.
Yeah.
We were on first. We tore the house down. The second we walk out back, there's Tito Santana.
I got a story for that day after.
Clapping for me and Vinny, telling us like he's like, how long have you guys been training? We were like 7 months, like literally like. He's like, that's one of the best matches I've ever seen from some two kids that are so green.
Right.
And that stuck with me. And I brought that, and unfortunately that match is now lost into the wind. We had one copy of it, and
oh, you better make a copy.
Oh, it's gone. It's gone.
The one copy's gone now?
The one copy's gone. We had it on like an old cassette, and it's gone. I've asked him. I've asked like everybody involved at the time.
No kidding.
Nobody has a copy of that show.
I have a story from that show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember the fans, Hogan Hat and his brother? They used to go around with the suitcase and they get all the wrestling stuff signed.
Yeah.
They were coming in. I had just fought Hogan Hat, the bigger one, the older brother. Just fought him like 2 weeks ago. He comes into the building, and we're doing concessions, me and my girl. And he comes over, he starts raising his voice. And at first, I'm just sitting in the chair. Then he comes real over, and I stand up. I'm not going to be sitting down, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so he starts yelling. I called the cop over, said, this guy's here to start trouble. I said, we had a beef last week, da-da-da-da-da. And he's over here threatening me. I had him thrown out of the building. I didn't care. But yeah. With the Gloucester, I was at that show.
So funny thing about that show.
Yeah.
Chad Epic was in the crowd as well.
Yes.
Chad Epic was in that crowd. He was a kid at the time, didn't start wrestling yet, but he was at that show. Like we talk about it all the time.
I talked to him about it. Yep, because I know, But he's a good guy.
He's probably one of my best friends. And him and I have been through, like we've traveled together, we've done it all.
Man. He's a good dude.
He's one of the best.
Yeah, he is. Absolutely.
So bookers, book Chad Epic.
Yeah.
If you want a great manager, great
dude, he's
whatever.
an asset to any show. He can manage, he can ring announce, he could do commentary if you need, you know what I mean? The guy's perfect for the job. He's one of the best at doing these things.
Like, let me tell you, his mind for the business is astonishing. Like, if you sit there and we're watching anything, he'll tell us what's going to happen verbatim as it's happening.
Right,
Like
right.
like before it happens.
Yeah, yeah.
It'll
Because
be
he's a
something
student of the
ridiculous.
game now. He is. He loves. See, that's the thing about people like us that love wrestling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm watching a match. I'm watching for 4 different things, 5 different things in the match, too. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. Let's keep going with the name game. Frank Bones.
Frank Bones,
He's coming on the show.
he's a good kid.
Yeah. Good dude.
I wasn't sure how I felt about him at first.
Yeah.
After some unsavory things that was said, he was jimming him and hawing at the beginning, like when after he left WW and started getting out there and about things about training and stuff like that. But when I tell you, man, he is one of the hardest working guys you could ever have on your show.
That's awesome.
He has helped out more with the behind the scenes stuff on any show that he's at. He doesn't have to be booked. He doesn't care.
Right.
He
shows up.
Was that?
He shows up.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean? And that's what you need.
I'm going to bring up Chad Epic once more. He did that show up in Maine, the Death March tournament that kind of fell through the cracks.
Right.
And Frank Bones wasn't booked. He showed up. Didn't have anything for him, but you know what he still did? He still helped out. He still cleaned up after every match.
Right.
He's out there wiping up blood. He's cleaning up everything. Like,
Yeah. He wants to be a part of it. That's what you do. That's what you do. Alec Price was going to the Beyond shows, right? Just going, setting up. And I would go to like one a month. And I would see him and talk to him with Blaze, right? You know? And then all of a sudden I get there one day and I don't see him. I look at my buddy Dave and said, "Where's Alec?" And I said, "I hope he's in the spotlight match." Boom. Music hit, out he came.
That kid,
unbelievable.
That kid has the brightest future of anybody in New England right now. Everything he's doing, from what he's doing with Beyond and Limitless and to GCW, he is killing it in GCW.
Everywhere he goes, he's
loved.
Yeah.
No matter how much of a heel he tries to play, he's still loved.
He can work all different styles.
Oh yeah.
You know, not the biggest guy though, but you don't have to be the biggest guy in the world anymore. What really is on his side is his height.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's got good height.
Well, he just did a match a month or so ago.
He's a great wrestler.
The one in for Danny in Boston for ICW.
Yeah.
Where he worked AC.
Okay.
Him and AC in a death match was probably the greatest thing I've ever seen. Like,
Danny DeMonto's ICW, no holds barred. Yep.
Like they killed it on the chains. They were probably matching the card.
Right. Hopefully he's trying to come back.
Yeah, I'd like to see it.
Somewhere in Massachusetts, he doesn't have like that. So obviously, I don't think it's going to be at the Middle East again.
No, I don't know. Well,
did you go to the last one? Because I didn't go.
No, I didn't get the chance
I bought 2 tickets and it sold out. And all of a sudden I couldn't go. So I gave it to this kid at Dave 40. You know Dave 40?
Yeah,
Dave 40 had told me, this kid, I called up the venue, said, "My name's Leo Connors. Can you see me on the list? 2 tickets." And I said, "Put it under Michael John." And this kid that Dave knows.
Yeah,
I'm
he wants to come back. He wants to do more shows again, but I guess he wants to take a little bit of a break.
Right. He's a good dude.
I met him once, I think.
I met him. I catered for it. Do you remember the women's promotion up there? Wrestling. It's a women wrestling, the Uncensored with what's his name? The kid, Sean the Mick McCaffrey.
No, name doesn't sound familiar. Well, I probably know it, but like I said, over the years.
So we went up, me and my girl went up to do the catering. Yeah. And all of a sudden the matches start, we go over the other side of the guardrail, the wrestling's going on. 3 dudes come walking in and they're standing right behind us. Danny DeMonto, Kevin Matthews, and Kenny Omega.
Oh, nice.
Right? So, I know who each one of them is already, right? Only Danny DeMonto knew who I was. Like from MySpace. He said, because I had the Monica Crazy C. And I said, "Yeah, how you doing, man? Nice to meet you guys." And I remember going to Kenny Omega going, "Hey, man, how's your buddy Danny Duggan doing? You know Danny Duggan?" He would come down with Omega to wrestle for like Jimmy Allen at New World Wrestling Extreme.
I thought the name sounded familiar.
He I swear to God, he hit the ground so hard at one of Trooper's show, right? At his place in Blackstone, Mass. That sound, my back was to him. I literally thought the dude was dead. He hit the ground so hard, but that was Danny Duggan. And it's funny, right? Because that
Yeah, the name sounds familiar. I'd probably know him if I saw him.
But looking back, right, I think it's so funny how great Kenny is that I didn't even fucking, oh my God. I just was like, hey, how's Danny Duggan doing? Pretty funny. But that was a fun time. It poured the whole day. Every time I went outside to the car to get something, I literally, dude, I had a hoodie on. It was completely soaked. And I had to leave it on because if not, my shirt would have been
Probably soaked anyway.
It was getting there.
So, funny story about pouring rain.
Yeah.
So, Ringside Entertainment, they used to do like all these outdoor shows and stuff like throughout the summer around Malden and Everett. We booked a show at Dockside, the restaurant. And it was for like a block party. And they were like, yeah, it's probably going to rain. And we're like, all right, let's do the show. Let's see what happens.
Right.
So we can tell it's going to rain. And we're flying through the matches. And I get out there. Literally, we lock up and it just opens up.
Right. Wow.
Like, it was like standing under a waterfall. Like and we're just sitting there. And we're just like, everybody runs away. Everybody goes and like, and we're just standing there in the rain with nobody around. We're just like, we just looked at each other. We're just like, well, I guess that's that. So we got out. We just literally still soaking here, just started taking down the rain in the rain.
Should have said to the kid, let's go to your house. Remember that commercial back in the day? The little kid, it's a pouring rain. The one kid doesn't want to bring the other kid at home because it's like physical abuse at home. You know? It's true. All right, some more questions. Favorite wrestling manager? Or if you had a top 5.
Favorite wrestling manager? I mean, number one's got to be Bobby. It's got to be Bobby the Brain. Like, no matter what, no matter who, it's got to be Bobby the Brain. Then probably Paulie Dangerously. Like, I'm gonna throw it out there. I'm gonna say Sherry Martel.
Oh, she was good.
Like, absolutely.
She was good. She managed enough people too.
Oh, absolutely. And probably Ellerin, Paul.
Yeah.
Paul Ellerin. And you know what? I'm going to say it, Chad Epic.
Nice.
Like I would move Chad in with them just because, like if you haven't seen him work, or if you haven't seen him, like, you're missing out. Like,
right.
Like, it's different, just like what, but like listen to his promos, like the way his enunciation, the way he blends words and pushes it out, and it just makes it feel, and it brings back like the feeling of like almost like Captain Lou, almost, like, not because he looks like Captain Lou, but like, but like just the passion.
That's kind of true.
But the passion that he brings into the promos when he's kind of like the anger, the happiness, the joy, the sorrow, everything's there.
Nah, he's definitely can work. And again, he's an asset to any company. Any company. How about Dave Destro?
Don't really know.
No, you don't know Dave?
No, I think we met once or twice in passing, but
Dave's a good dude. How about Insane Dick Lane?
I like Dick. I like the gimmick. I think it's a great gimmick. And he came at that time to when he started around the time when I was kind of like on the outs, and then like I kind of stepped away from everything. Right. So he started getting really into it then. So like I came in, I met him first time in 2018, I think, at the Sideshow reunion show for Rated R that was being put on in Rhode Island. Yeah. And that was the first time I ever met him, and like we ever talked. But great guy, great dude. Definitely a great guy. How about Sean Lita? Sean, he's another one that started like in that downtime for me. So, okay. So he kind of, but one of the best guys I've met in recent times, like coming out of that I guess that generation, I guess. Yeah. They're both good guys, man. Absolutely. I had them both on the show. They're really good guys. I think Dick's on twice. I got to get Sean back here. How about Isana? Isana, we've once again in that group of is it the RCW with, like that group with them? So it's like great person. Like she's one of the best. Like she was actually at that Rated R show. Like she helped clean us up. Like we were beat up after that one. That was it was me and Len Oddity versus Rob Marsh and Tommy Trainwreck. Oh wow, no kidding. Yeah, it was Tommy Trainwreck when he was started to get into like the death matches, and now I don't know if you follow him at all, but he's tearing it up in the Midwest.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, Tommy is.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I read that. I did read. I think I heard it on a local podcast.
He's going to be in ICW's Insane 8 this year.
Nice.
Like, so the kid's doing good. Like, and so yeah, she was there. She was an integral part for the match and the storyline of everything like that. So yeah.
Nice. You brought up Len Oddity twice, and Len, when he came down and wrestled for Collision Pro Wrestling.
Yep.
Remember that? I ring-announced for them 3 shows.
I think I picked him up for that.
And yeah, good dude though. It was at least 2 of them he was on. One at the Y. There was 2 at the Y, and where was the other?
Was that the one at the Y? Was that the one with Barry Ace?
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, brutal, huh?
I felt so bad for him, but I understood it.
Oh, brutal. I don't know why, but he should not be on television.
No.
All right. What about favorite rock bands? What do you like for music, man?
I listen to like a lot of hip hop, like 90s, like hip hop, like gangster stuff.
Yeah.
But as far as like rock, it's like Slipknot a lot, like along there, like.
Yeah. Cool.
But yeah, no, I listen to like I'm all over the place, man.
Right. That's cool. I love all kinds of music. Yeah. So, all right. What about for albums? You have like a top 5 album or anything like that?
Top 5 album.
You know?
We're gonna go with Slipknot's Iowa.
Okay.
Like that's one of those albums that you just don't skip a track on.
Right.
Probably Snoop Dogg's Doggy Style. I mean, I was 11 when it came out, and been listening to it for 30 plus years now. Yep. I mean, it's one of those all-time greats.
Absolutely.
It's going to be up there. So, but yeah, those 2 albums are probably tops for me.
That's cool. How about been to many shows, concerts?
So before I started wrestling, I used to go to concerts 2 to 3 times a week.
Wow, no kidding.
So I'd be traveling out to Worcester to go to the Palladium, or I'd go up to Maine, and we traveled to New York to go to shows. Like
nice.
we would go. Like that was our thing. We would go to concerts.
Right.
I have forgotten more bands than I could ever remember to see.
Nice.
So
that's awesome.
We used to do like all the Oz Fests, and like we did that for 10 years.
Right.
99 to 09, right around there.
That's awesome.
So me and my group of friends, like we used to go with Matt Ledge. We used to go to them all together. Like I think there's a picture of all of us, like the old Dark Abyss, stable at one of the shows, like all together. Like
nice.
Randomly met up and just took a promo picture.
2 weeks ago on Thursday night, I went and seen Judas Priest. Again.
Nice.
Oh man, they played the MGM in Fenway.
Yeah.
Place is awesome. The whole floor is no seats.
Oh, nice.
And they have balconies. Freaking nice building, dude.
Yeah, I saw the pictures.
Really nice building.
I saw some pictures from in there. It looks good.
Dude, great place. I went and looked for videos from the show the next morning.
Yeah.
And there was one dude on to the left of the face of the stage on the left. And he just came. It was unbelievable. Swear to God. You could literally see Halford's face. He had an awesome camera, whatever.
Oh, the guy's like, what, 80? Like,
almost, dude. He's like 76 or something like that.
Close enough.
Oh, yeah. He's incredible, though. He still sounds.
Oh, yeah. No, I heard it's like they are one of the best live shows.
Oh, yeah. They were fantastic. All right. How about what about you? Ever been to any bad concerts? Concerts that you said, I got to get out of here.
Probably.
Yeah.
Like, there's been some probably local shows I've walked out of.
Yeah. All right. How about who's your favorite wrestler of all time?
Macho. It's got like
nice.
Something about it. Like it was the way he presented himself.
Yeah.
The crazy, like it just the unhinged. Like like you remember when I did Plague back in the day? It was like always just like not right in the head and to me, I drew a lot of that inspiration from Macho Man, like with how the mannerisms or anything like that.
Oh, he was amazing. One of the greatest workers of all time.
Absolutely.
That's one of my absolute favorites, Macho Man.
Yeah.
You know, and you can't just have one. You know what I mean? There's so many. Like, I'm sure we both love The Undertaker.
Oh, yeah. It's hard not to.
Yeah.
Like you gotta love The Undertaker. Like, I mean, but it's going to go back to like there's always going to be like this from each different generation. Right. Like there's always going to be
who's
the Stone
better?
Colds, the Shawn Michaels, the Hunters, the
Hogans,
the Cenas, the Hogans. Yeah. I know it's a touchy subject these days, but
dude, that guy tells so many lies.
Oh.
I
But
mean,
he discovered The Undertaker. What are you talking about?
But he discovered he was the first one that saw Kevin Owens.
Yeah, I saw that one too.
And he almost was the bass player for Metallica.
Yep, but they never call him back.
And he missed the call about the George Foreman grill. That was supposed to be the Hulk Hogan grill,
I thought that was legit, though.
No, I don't know. Maybe.
I've heard that for years, so I thought that one was legit.
Maybe that one is. But all of them don't sound so ridiculous, though.
Like, when I read the one that, like, he just said, I discovered The Undertaker when we were filming, I'm like, dude, he was already an established wrestler for WCW. Yeah. Everyone knew who Mean Mark was. Yeah. Like, that wasn't a...
He's an idiot. It's a lie. No, I shouldn't say. Well, he's kind of an idiot because he lies so much that the lies just come. They just come out of his mouth.
He believes his own lies.
I know. But I couldn't believe what he said. He found Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
I was the first one to see Kevin Owens. I don't think so.
But I remember Kevin Owens back when we would help them set up the ROH rings when they'd come to Boston.
Yeah,
like me and that lad, you'd go early.
Right? Was that 2008?
Was that?
What was that, 2007, 2008?
2007, like right around that point in time. Yeah. Like we'd be there, like we'd try and help them set up and trying to get booked. And,
right.
And it never worked out for us to get booked like that. But, like we thought we had the in with Fat Pants, but...
goddamn Fat Pants. All right, who's your favorite female wrestler? It could be any era, too. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be now. It can be whatever.
Lately, I've really been enjoying I've been in like a deathmatch kick lately.
Yeah.
So it's been for some reason that's just where my focus has gone.
Right.
But Rina Yamashita.
Okay.
She has just so tough.
Right.
So tough, and the stuff she's able to pull off and do, and it's just top level. Like it reminds me of like the way she works is kind of like 90s Josie.
Okay.
Like women's wrestling.
Yeah.
So it's
wow.
So she draws a lot of her inspiration from that, but she's also like got the inspiration of like the Minoru Suzuki, the Jun Kasai's. So it's
that's pretty good.
It's crazy.
Yeah, definitely. I love the stuff Rhea Ripley's doing now.
Yeah.
You know, obviously not right this minute because she's injured, but she's just amazing. What a great worker. You know.
Oh no, absolutely. Like this, like here's the thing: is everything WWE has done.
Yep.
90% of it in the last probably year has been worlds above anything we could have ever imagined.
Right.
So 2018, like that show that I was talking about a little while ago up in Maine, Nick Gage and I were talking, and he's like, because I had just started back in after a couple of years, because it was right after Dave passed away, like right around that time, DC Dillinger. And so I had just started to get back in touch with everybody, and I was booked, and we were working the show, and I was talking to Nick, and Nick's like, "What do you think of the wrestling business?" And I'm like, honestly, right now, I was old school. Like I came in on that like it was still kayfabe. So I was telling him, I was like, honestly, it's to see the death of kayfabe kind of hurts a little bit.
Yeah.
And he told me, he's like, let me tell you this, wait.
Yeah.
In 2, 3, 4 years, wrestling's going to be at a whole nother level.
Right.
It's going to be far beyond anything we've ever dreamed. And this was Nick Gage telling me this.
Right.
And I'm thinking, what's Nick Gage talking about? Like he's just talking about, but
he was right.
And he was 100% right.
Yeah.
100% right. And
another guy that loves the business.
Absolutely he does. But and once I realized this is where the state of the business is going, to let kayfabe go.
Yeah.
It really changed everything and how I looked at the products and how I looked at everything.
Yeah.
Like I was like, there's no kayfabe, there's no secrecy anymore. The veil's been lifted.
Yeah.
Why do I still want to be the bitter old man yelling at clouds over this?
Right.
You know, so it was like I evolved my opinion and I adapted, and it's incredible where the state of the industry is right now.
Yes. Two good companies running. I wouldn't say that good, but I mean, AEW has a lot of money.
Yep.
And they're not going anywhere. I really don't think, no matter how much money they make or lose.
No, they're not going anywhere.
You know, but you know.
But
They got some great wrestlers that wrestle over there.
It's still a new company.
Yeah,
they're gonna realize that. I think their problem is they need to get better writers.
Yeah. Tony's got to give the book to a couple of different people without.
Yeah, he
can be part of it, but he shouldn't be doing it alone.
No,
this isn't make believe. Like when you were a little kid, that was the promotion when he had his wrestling dolls. It was called All Elite Wrestling.
Was it?
Yeah, his little game that he played in his bedroom.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
but yeah, no, like I think if he gets some writers, stops letting like I'm not saying like not everybody can't talk, but like there's people that
some people
they've been
shouldn't
cutting the
talk.
same promos for years.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say it.
Yeah.
Mercedes.
Yeah.
She's been doing the same shtick, same thing
She's not
year
very
after
good
year
on the
after
mic.
year.
She's not. She's really not.
She's great in the ring, but like,
you know who else isn't good? I watched it the other day and I felt bad for her. Serena Deeb. The professor she calls herself as a wrestler.
Yeah.
That girl is phenomenal in the ring.
Oh, in the ring.
Keep her away from the microphone. If it would have been short and quick, she could have got through it. But it was so long that she got distracted.
Yeah.
You know? And I felt bad for her because that's no way to look as a professional wrestler.
No.
You should not be shown like that.
No, not on national TV, but that's something that AEW's been doing, though.
Exactly.
They did it with Jade.
Yeah.
Jade wasn't ready to be on national TV at the time.
Nope.
She needed a lot more training.
Yeah.
And the second she signed with WWE, she spent a year in PC. A year down there.
Right. Exactly.
And look at what she did when she came back.
Yep.
Honestly, she's worlds better.
Badass.
She's more entertaining to watch.
Yes, she is.
And it just solidifies her to be the badass she wants to portray.
Absolutely. And I love how they team it up with Bianca Belair because, that's they'll break off and have a feud. That'll be incredible.
Oh, yeah.
That when they get to have their feud, it's going to be, I guarantee, because they're probably bonding a lot, too.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Bianca taking a little under her wing. She's been around for a while.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? I just think that's pretty awesome. How about, Rob, what's your favorite faction of all time? I'm going to tell you mine after, and you'll be surprised.
Man, this is a tough one.
There's a lot of good ones.
There is a lot of good ones.
And mine ain't even one of the
I'm trying
ones.
to think, Dungeon of Doom.
Dungeon of Doom.
Dude, I was a huge Kevin
Sullivan, King Curtis, right?
Yep.
Abby.
Dude, you can't forget about Abby.
Right, Abby. Who else was in there?
I was just at the convention back in February.
Yeah.
Abby was there. Kevin Sullivan was sitting behind me the whole time. Didn't even know he was there. Dude, I went looking for him, too, for Kevin Sullivan. Couldn't find him anywhere.
Right.
And then everyone's like, this is his table, and that's you. And I'm like, come on, like seriously?
That's
was sitting like right behind me the whole event.
Dude's amazing. What a great guy. Did you hear about his experience at the Pro Wrestler Marathon?
No.
He was supposed to be there for 2 days. The guy canceled Sunday, which canceled his booking. He was not happy. And on top of it, his pay was light. He wanted to kill him.
I'm not surprised.
George Carroll, if I'm not mistaken, made sure he did it. Obviously not being in a physical, but he was able
to get
the situation.
George was at the convention too.
George is the best, honestly. I'll tell you off here something that I did for him. It's really cool, and you'll appreciate it too.
Cool.
So Dungeon of Doom. You know what mine is, honestly? Special K, Ring of Honor.
Okay.
All the little rave kids, right? Jay Lethal, Insane Dragon, Dixie, what's his name? Azriel.
He's back working now too.
Dude, well, he's actually been working almost all along.
Has he? I thought he stepped away for a while.
No, he's been up staying in the Northeast, a lot of Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York.
He's always been down in Pennsylvania.
Right, in the little Maryland, but that's all I've seen him. Dude, I love that. He came down and wrestled for Collision Pro.
Did.
I did a ring announcer for a match, him and Eddie Edwards.
Well, that's the thing is, like, for Collision, Brian used to put random people together for tag teams.
Yeah.
So there was one time he had MOB, so he had So he had Troop, he had Paulie,
Wow.
and I forget who. Jimmy.
Polynormous?
Was it? Yeah, Paulie Enormous.
Wow.
And Jimmy Jack Cash.
Yeah.
And he
Jimmy
put.
Jack.
So that was that side of the ring. On this side of the ring,
Yeah.
it's me, Azrael, and Pinky.
No, yeah, Pinky.
So
El Presidente.
So it was Pinky back when Pinky like just started out. He had the pink pants with the
Yep.
one leg. And,
Oh, yeah. One leg and then one pitched.
Yep,
Right? With
yep.
one no leg.
So
No,
there's
no
Azrael,
pants. Yeah.
there's Pinky, and then there's Plague.
Yeah.
We
Oh,
were the
man.
oddest looking tag team
Yep.
you could ever imagine.
Yep,
Like,
just them two alone were odd.
So I'm out. It ended up being like a tornado tag,
Yeah.
no rules, blah blah blah. And Jimmy Jack Cash, like, he always had that protected power bomb thing.
Yeah.
So we had this spot where I was going to break it up, so that way nobody's actually kicked out of it.
Right.
So all of a sudden we're approaching the spot.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure it was Paulie Norris comes over and he puts me like and he's got me in like a camel clutch on the floor outside.
Yeah.
And I can see in the ring. And I can see in the ring, and I'm like, I have to break this. And I'm trying to tell him, like, I gotta get off. I have to break this up. So all of a sudden, somehow Azrael slid me a chair. I hit Paulie with it. Like I get out. As I'm sliding in the ring, Jimmy gets up and breaks off the pin himself.
Yeah.
He's like, I almost had this almost just got kicked out. He was so pissed off at me.
That's all right.
But it's like, dude, like, get over it, man.
That's a bunch of good names, though, honestly.
Man,
Pinky.
I forgot all about that.
Pinky's a good guy. I've seen him a few times over the years for Beyond Wrestling and stuff. Snap a couple pictures with him.
Yeah.
Really cool kid. Really good. He's part of EYFBO with Proud and Powerful, Santana and Angel Ortiz.
Okay.
Chris Dickinson and Jaka. All together, they were EYFBO, which is some type of housing projects in New York.
Okay.
I don't know if it's in Brooklyn. I don't know, but that was their gimmick.
Wasn't Pinky from Jersey, though?
I think, but he was saying he was from New
Hey,
York.
whatever, man.
Seriously, he was saying
You be
he was
wherever
from,
you want to be from.
They
in this
all,
business.
but I do know the rest of them were definitely living in New York. And if I'm not mistaken, Pinky's a New York kid. He ain't a Jersey kid. Because he and Thomas, I go back to when he was just a little dude. Like, honestly, when Thomas I was like 13, you know what I mean? Pinky was like 6, 7 in the neighborhood. You know?
Yeah, no, I always just thought Pinky was like Jersey boy. Because
No, he wrestles all the time in Jersey.
All Pro all the time.
Yeah, yep.
So I think
that was a good company, don't you think, though?
They had everybody. Like Jersey All Pro was tops. Like they
Trent Acid.
There was enough said right there. That's all you have to say about Jersey.
Incredible Jersey All Pro. But they had them all. They had the Hit Squad, Moffat Monster back. They had the Monster back. Not the one that was here a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
But that will be back in June.
Yeah, no, Jersey All Pro was a great time. Made it down to a few shows for them. Like, let the hand on the brain trying to get booked. But
there was a match between Jay Lethal and Azrael.
Yep.
In the Rexplex or something like that, whatever it was called, right? And it was a ladder match. And I remember getting it in a DVD from RF at the catering jobs I was doing.
Back before all the gimmicks with RF.
Right, no, but that's where I was getting those tapes. I was getting, every time I do a show, I'd get 6 JAPWs, you know what I mean? 3 ECWAs, go over here, get this, get that. Then I'd get like super shows. It was like some guy would run a show and bring in 2 big names and then a bunch of, cool little good matches, But, yeah. All right, let's go with a couple more names. We got a little under 10 minutes. How about Nick Rage?
Don't know him.
All right, good, because now I'm just, guess what? Guess who's above him? Andres Reyes. Let's hear it. Come on, bury him.
That's another that's another WW guy from up in Manchester.
You don't have to hold back.
No. So
I feel like my old
dude
co-host
just wouldn't
Derek.
listen. Like, you tell me yeah while I'm showing him things, and just wouldn't do it, man. Struggled with a simple scoop slam.
Really?
And I'm like, dude, you're gonna hurt somebody. You're gonna hurt somebody. And
He probably did, huh?
but he just never wouldn't listen. I'm like, dude, you're not listening. Like, and it's like, no matter how much I tried to help him,
Yeah.
it was like in one ear, right out the other. Like just could have cared less.
That's too
And then
bad
there
when
was-
you're
there was
trying
a
to
point
give
in
somebody
time
help.
when like his attitude was starting to get to everybody else.
Right.
And that's when I was like, oh, why am I coming up here? Why am I taking time out of myself? Why am I
To help this jackass.
why am I doing this for
Yeah.
these people but they don't want the help?
Right. Right.
So like at that point in time, it's like I wash my hands. I'm like, I'm done. You guys, I did what I could for you guys.
Yeah.
We're done. And then there was a point in time in that like Conway asked me to come back and train, and I was like, dude, not gonna happen.
no.
Like not gonna happen because I'm not gonna
Waste
my time. Like I'd like
Exactly.
to, but
I hear
like,
ya.
Like I'm not gonna waste my time, waste my gas, waste my energy. It's like you guys can pay me and I'll come do stuff for you, but I'm not gonna
I hear you.
I'm not gonna do these favors no more.
Right. Well, you helped out enough people that you could at least say to yourself, you know, I gave back. You know what I mean? I helped. And you should never feel bad if like people are saying, come back and help me and do this and that. Never. I hope you don't feel bad
No,
about
I
it.
don't feel bad at all. Like
Good.
I told Conway, like obviously like being and Conway are close.
Yeah,
And I was like,
he's a
dude,
great
brother,
kid.
it's nothing against you, man. It's just
Yeah.
it's not my scene. I'm not gonna go back for the 2 or 3 people with you, Delilah,
That really want to learn.
that
and
want to
do stuff.
learn.
Right.
Like it's not worth it to
Yeah.
me.
You'll
Like,
probably end up with a couple of jackasses in there too. You know,
come to bell time,
unfortunately.
come down here. We'll work
That's a
out
great
there.
place, the bell time.
I haven't been to the new spot yet,
I haven't either.
but I got to
Bo's
make
the
it my
man.
way out there.
Love Bo. Love Pat Dillon, too.
Love Bo.
You know, I don't think he's really a part of it anymore, but he's always got to be a little affiliated with it.
Pat,
Yeah.
Pat's always going to be.
Always gotta be.
Pat's always going to be involved there,
Yeah,
no matter what.
you
Like
know?
even if his name's not on the building anymore or whatever it is, but
But like we said earlier, though, like how how we met 20 years ago, right around that time is when I met Bo and
Yep.
Jimmy Allen, Trooper, Jason Rubble, when I called him on the phone, asking him if I could sell my merchandise at his show, you know, and just that's where Slick,
yep.
Louis. I met everybody at once, man. It's amazing.
So-
George Carroll.
Yep. So there's a name we haven't brought up.
Yeah.
That ties in with all of those names
Okay.
for me. Stiff Mike.
Yes.
Stiff Mike.
Mike Kick.
Yep. He took me under his wing.
Nice.
Like I owe him so much
That's
for
awesome.
my early wrestling.
He's a good dude.
Like he
Knows
like, I
a
know he gets
lot about wrestling.
He gets a lot of crap, but at the end
He's
of the
not
day,
as mean as he used to be. He even
No, no.
told me. He told me.
no, he became.
I used to be a real jerk.
He was. He was probably.
I know,
like,
but he's not anymore.
no,
Not at all.
But no, I told him. I thanked him for everything.
That's awesome.
After my last match, I was like, brother, I just want to thank you for everything. Like, because literally, without Stiff Mike at that time, in that training, I never would have gone to do the things I was able to do.
Nice.
He's the one that got me booked up with NWA New
right.
England. He brought me to he's the one that got me into Collision. He's the one that got me to Next Gen. And
Yeah. He's a great guy, man. If he likes you, he'll go to bat for you.
absolutely,
He will go to bat for you.
But,
I've known Mike a long time too, and he's been an awesome guy.
Yep, absolutely. But because of Mike, I was able to meet Bo and Jay
right.
and Troop and
Yep.
and Outpatient
Right.
and
He was here a couple weeks. He's
Painter.
coming back too.
Outpatient?
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah.
I saw Troop moving to Florida. Isn't the movie?
Dude, he's sweeping the company with him. The rest of the company's going down.
Oh,
there.
is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Good
Yep.
for him. Good.
But now it's New World Wrestling. Okay, yeah. So I thought it for a second that it had New England in it, but it doesn't.
no,
New World
he
Wrestling
stayed away.
Extreme. Yeah. Jimmy's another guy though. That's an unbelievable guy. One of the nicest guys
Oh, absolutely.
I ever met. And I'm not just saying that either. I've done business with him. He's a good guy, man.
He
and
never
I'm
booked
proud
me
to
though.
have known all
Never
those
booked
guys.
me.
Never?
Never booked me.
Wow. What's up with that?
Well, like I said, there was at that time, like I felt like I had that.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
everyone was like, "We don't want to touch her." Like nobody's gonna touch him. Like, so it was like I get why it happened.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not bitter about it. It's water under the bridge these days. But he puts on a great show.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
I went to. Me and Chad went and sold some merch at a couple of his shows, and
Yeah.
he had Jim Duggan there, and
Jim Duggan. Everybody says that he's a really fun guy. Like when he goes to indie shows, he talks with everybody. Like He's just like a talkable guy.
So, Jim Duggan's story. So he comes out and he's literally looking at the merch table for me and Chad. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, you know what? I'm like, so I hate to do this because we always brought up like in the business, it's like, you don't take pictures.
Yeah, no,
you don't
take
do
the
pictures.
picture, bro. Take the picture.
You got to take the pictures, man.
You got
and I was like, I got to ask, you mind if we get the pictures? He's like, take the pictures. He's like, we're all in this business because we were fans of it first.
Yep.
You can't be here unless you're not a fan.
Right.
And so it's like, at that point in time, I was like, you know what? Like, there's no pictures because like 20 some odd years, I don't get the pictures.
Yeah.
I don't get, like, I got the little bit of memories I got left after getting clocked in the head too many times. But at the end of the day, take those pictures. Take them.
Absolutely. And I have so many pictures with so many people from all the shows I did. And I'm talking about just doing the food, never mind being at shows doing the merchandise.
Oh, yeah.
I'll never forget, we went to Jeff Costa's show, right? And we went to meet Jimmy Snuka. Now, I brought my merchandise stuff. So I get there, I'm bringing my merchandise, and Snuka's standing right behind the table. And I'm like, and my son stops and stands there. I come walking back. I put my, my boxes down at the table I had. I come back and my son's like, Dad, there's Jimmy Snuka. Go over there and meet him. And I'm like, he's like, Dad, we came here to see Jimmy Snuka and stuff. Go. And Snuka, come on, brother. Come on, brother. It's okay, brother. Took a picture. But I mean, amazing, like how many people I met. That's the only one that I was like,
oh, yeah.
I couldn't just go over there. I had to be coaxed by my 15-year-old son.
Hey.
You know?
It's Jimmy Snuka. You don't know what he's going to do.
Oh, yeah. Unpredictable. Do you have anything you want to plug? Social media, anything?
No, man. Like
Nothing
I
at
said,
all? I know you're on Facebook.
I know we got I might be some shows coming up. Like,
okay.
Like it's all up in the air with
Let
where
me
I'll
know
show
if
up.
you're going. I mean, I can't be guaranteed to go, but I'd like to know if you're gonna go.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be wrestling, but I'll probably be either helping out back or.
I'm going to
doing
the
what I
House
can.
of Glory show in a couple weeks.
Yeah, I saw that.
I think that's next
Saturday. Is that the one with Alec on it?
Alec versus Mustafa Ali.
Yes,
dude.
yes. Yeah,
Dude, that's got to be a great show. I won't be surprised if the Miracle Generation is on that show too. Dustin Waller and Kylon King. I mean, I'm not saying that. I don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised.
No, absolutely.
Rob, man, it was awesome having you on.
Joe. Happy to be here, brother.
Got to do it again someday, all right?
Absolutely.
All right, thanks, Rob. Guys, we're out. Peace. Hi, guys. I hope you're enjoying the show. Listen, I could use a little help to grow my YouTube channel. So if you could please like, share, and subscribe. That's most importantly, subscribe. Send me a direct message, and I'll give you a shout out here on the show. My YouTube channel is real simple. It's just my name, Leo Connors. Thanks in advance. Peace.